Good morning, HubSpot Nation. Welcome to Wake Up with Customer Platform, your unofficial HubSpot morning show, where we help you discover the platform value you already own. I'm Chris Carolan, and I'm joined by my co-host, Casey Hawkins, as we make sure you're not sleeping on HubSpot's true capabilities. If you're joining live, drop a hello in the comments and let us know what you're building in HubSpot today. Even if you're not joining live, go ahead and drop a hello in the comments. We'd love to, know who's watching and what kind of value you're getting. Happy Friday Pie Day, Casey. How are you doing today?
I am good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Always high energy after the show with Nico and George talking about AI.
I put this in one of my posts last week about the Pro Family kickoff, but I mean, I don't know how you leave any interaction with George and not be high energy.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to get him back to the daily stuff. No better
He's
way to
just
start
doubting,
the,
and you're just
the
like, all right,
show.
I'm as excited as you are.
Yes, exactly. But we got 11 new TU updates back, and we'll dive in
Feels manageable.
with a very exciting one.
Mm-hmm.
Billing dates and invoices. Everybody gets excited about those things, I know. What is it? Hiding billing dates on subscription invoices. A new invoice setting enables you to choose whether to display or hide billing dates on your subscription invoices.
Why does it matter? Hiding billing dates from displaying on subscription invoices gives you more customization and flexibility.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of reasons why I'd want to hide the billing
I
date.
was gonna ask you that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Um, so I'll get back to you on that. Or if you're out there and you're ecstatic about this new functionality, we would love to hear about your use case.
look, I like,
Ultimately, the flexibility anywhere
yeah,
we can get it across Commerce Hub right now is amazing.
that's what I was gonna say. I'm never gonna turn down some sort of flexibility. I am also not sure when this would be relevant, but I'm sure there is someone who does know.
Yeah. You just pay me. It's okay. Just keep paying me. You don't need to worry about dates, right?
Let's not get caught up in the numbers here.
Number two, streamlined install flow on HubSpot's app marketplace.
Interesting.
What is it? Starting today, as in yesterday on March 13th, any app marketplace listing created on or after March 5th, 2025 will no longer be able to associate a custom URL with an app's install button. Instead, you will select from a drop-down menu displaying all the redirect URLs configured in your app settings, which must be on a HubSpot domain. Also, all apps must include at least one feature discovery card per listing. We recommend creating a card for any major function or action performed by your app. Feature discovery cards will continue to play a vital role in customer onboarding, future upgrade paths, and AI-powered app recommendations in HubSpot. Note, existing apps are not currently impacted by this change.
Why does this matter? Currently, when a customer clicks the install button on an app listing, there are 13 different types of pages they might encounter. This creates a fragmented and confusing experience, diminishing overall adoption rates. HubSpot is committed to improving app discovery and install flows so customers can more easily find and successfully use the tools they need to grow better. This change ensures a consistent and predictable install experience across all apps available on the marketplace. Am I correct in, do you agree with my understanding that this likely is not going to immediately impact a ton of HubSpot end users yet because of the currently not affecting current apps. I don't know. Those are a lot of words.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
more of a change for app developers at this stage.
Right. Yeah. And this is one of those moments where a bunch of complex stuff happens and then they label it as we're streamlining. Uh,
I
and at
was
the end
really
of the day,
excited
it will be.
looking this up and then immediately got very confused.
I know. Like, can this product update be streamlined? It's like struggling here. Let's see. I get the gist, I think. I'm looking at the feature discovery card here. And this is why I've loved this is very cool. I've loved doing unboxings, right?
Mhm.
Because so many apps say, oh, it's plug and play.
Mhm.
And then you try to plug it and play it, and it doesn't work so well because probably this has something to do with it. I wasn't aware of this layer, but 13 different types of pages.
I know, that surprised me too. As someone that's installed a decent amount of apps in my life, I didn't even
Right.
know. I haven't been
But
counting.
what we do know is that there's not a lot of consistency when you hit that install button,
Correct.
right? And then when you get to the settings area, some apps have an amazing amount of enablement and setup and guides and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Some have like 3 links to stuff, and that's it. So I could see that's where this feature discovery card and things like that, it's like we do better apps. Like if you're going to be on our marketplace, it's not
Yeah.
just open season anymore. So good to see that it will be streamlined at some point. Um, Number 3, we mentioned it. Oh no, now we're getting into the granularity, so I won't make any assumptions here. Open AI integration or custom AI powered
Uh,
workflow actions.
wait.
What is it? Okay, so it is the same thing that we mentioned yesterday, but it's big enough to mention it again. What is it? You can now connect your own OpenAI account to HubSpot through our new OpenAI integration, allowing you to use your OpenAI project API key to power AI-driven workflow actions. To apply for the beta, please fill out this form. This was not there
Yeah, I think
yesterday.
so, yeah.
Um, why is
Oh.
this a big deal, Casey?
I don't know if we were going over the whole thing again. Sorry. Why does this matter? By connecting OpenAI account to HubSpot, you gain more flexibility and control over your AI usage, creating more customized AI-powered automations without relying on HubSpot's built-in AI services. This update benefits businesses, developers, and cost-conscious customers looking to leverage their own OpenAI accounts to support AI workflow automation. You can now use your OpenAI account to power AI-driven workflow actions without relying on HubSpot's built-in AI services. Cost management, you can control your costs and limits within your own OpenAI account. Unified app management, OpenAI will be managed within the connected apps page, providing a more centralized hub for integration control. There's been a lot of chatter about this on LinkedIn. I have not tested it yet myself, but I saw like one thing that I thought was interesting was is the Breeze action and workflows going to get depreciated in place of integrations with OpenAI, Perplexity, and so on? I don't know. I don't know the answer, obviously.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
Um, Breeze is using a collection of sources,
Mhm.
and then it's basically HubSpot's take on. I wouldn't. It's like HubSpot's layer to like bring LLM value into the portal,
Mhm.
um, versus like this creates a very customizable, configurable experience specific to OpenAI's the stuff you're doing with OpenAI. They've recently made some updates on the OpenAI side to make the APIs, much more accessible and been building out for developers.
Mhm.
So now you'll be able to take advantage of that inside of HubSpot. So now this is where it's like would you use an OpenAI or a workflow action from this and Breeze in the same
Mhm.
workflow?
Mhm.
I'm not sure, but
That is
that's
my
where,
next question.
right? That's also where a lot of times direct API access into these LLMs has usage costs associated with it.
Mhm.
So maybe there's some times where you like, I need the really complex stuff. So we're going to use the integration. But for the simple stuff, we'll use Ask Breeze because it's already built in and doesn't cost any extra money.
Mhm.
So number 4, I feel like this dropped like maybe immediately after our show
Yeah.
yesterday. Saw a post from Colleen on that team. Updated customer success workspace, medium impact. What is it? The customer success workspace is evolving. It still provides a dedicated home base for customer success managers inside of HubSpot, but has a new look and some additional functionality, making it more customer success specific. The CS workspace helps CSMs stay on top of important changes for customers, actively monitor the health of their book of business, in addition to tracking renewals and onboarding.
Why does it matter? Customer success managers don't have dedicated tooling or home inside of HubSpot. Instead, they spend a lot of time bouncing around hunting for the information that they need to do their jobs. The customer success workspace will provide a dedicated home base and starting point for CSMs in HubSpot. The workspace will keep CSMs organized and focused, allowing them to address the needs of more of their customers. This is sales workspace dedicated for service, if that, right?
Yeah, kind of. Not really.
Well, I mean, it's like it's the same concept, I guess, is what
Yeah,
it's the
it's
workspace concept. If you have seen the sales workspace, they're building these out, is what I guess I'm trying to.
yeah. And I think this is where, like, since I'm not prepared to show a picture and they don't have one here,
Yeah, I don't know.
um,
It's surprising.
like the workspace now includes a summary tab,
Mhm.
get alert on health scores, a customers tab, track customers with both shared and private views using contacts, companies, or custom objects, formerly the portfolio tab, right?
Mhm.
Services tab, monitor onboarding, implementation, or other service delivery with the new service object,
Mhm.
custom objects, and tickets only for existing HubSpot customers. I don't know what that means. Uh, of course, yeah. Revenue plan for renewals and expansions using deals, subscriptions, and or custom objects. Right. So that's where I was gonna say. Um, the CS workspace helps with changes for customers, health of the book of business,
Mhm.
tracking renewals, and onboarding. If you're using these other objects to do that,
Mhm.
right? Like
Mhm.
if you're still just contacts, companies, and deals, uh, good luck. You're going to need to use these other object types to actually get the value that you're looking for
Mhm.
from the workspace. So it's really cool to see these things come together because obviously when object library comes out in September of last year and you see the services object, like, okay, at some point, they're probably building functionality to support the CS workspace. Um, and now it's here. So if you've been waiting for that to use the services object, get in there. But anybody who has kind of trusted that future, right now, automatically they have this visibility. And that's some of the posts I saw yesterday, super excited about that. Like the value just went through the roof on getting the data model right.
Did leads come out before the sales workspace came out? I'm trying to remember the timing.
About the same time.
About the same
I
time.
think it was the same time. It was 23 is my first inbound. The only like downside of my first inbound was the introduction of leads as an object. But it was introduced as the prospecting workspace. And there was a huge theme at inbound about sales and focus on that. So it's prospecting workspace plus leads. And then over time, and then customer success workspace came out in spring spotlight of 2024. And that's where you could really start to see, and by the way, Danielle Urban, like I need to see, like if I get back on the show with you to keep doing these, like we need to be showing people these new workspaces. But we were doing let's build workspace, let's build workspaces. And it's like that's the ultimate like use case of HubSpot, like for users. If you could build that one spot where it's like, then you just go here, right? And everything you need to do for your day can be managed from this place. It was exciting to see that. But as they introduce these things, right, both with like new spaces in the rest of HubSpot, people jump into the workspace and like, okay, I don't know how to, like, it's not any different than just the views that I have over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out lately, definitely get in there. And if you want any help understanding object library and the data model and all the other stuff, happy to have a conversation with anybody. It's really powerful. And those objects are available at free HubSpot. So I digress. New help desk settings page. What is it? The help desk settings page now provides a cohesive destination service managers and operation admins to manage and optimize the help desk workspace. Save me.
This matters because by making help desk settings the destination for our most used help desk settings, service managers and operation admins can quickly find and optimize their help desk workspace without having to understand every nuance of HubSpot's data model.
And if you haven't seen it, I just discovered it last week. Let's see here. Like this is where you can tell, like if you're used to living in inbox and then you go over to help desk, it's like, oh, it's the real deal now. Like all this stuff, right? Like, so very, very cool. It's a much better experience than kind of just adding like channels and like, it's just better, right? So if you're worried about the complexity, I think they're doing a great job over here to try and break it down and help you use it. So very cool. Great job, help desk team. This one sounds super exciting. AI generated CRM index views. What is it? You can now use AI to create index page custom views by simply describing the group of records you want to see.
Why does it matter?
Excited.
Why does it matter? The dogs are excited too. Creating custom index page views is a cumbersome process. It requires navigating across multiple menus, searching for the right properties to add, then applying to applying the correct filters in order to see the records you're most interested in. This process is time consuming and ultimately hinders quick decision making. Now you can leverage the power of AI to generate these views instantly, freeing up valuable time and accelerating your workflows. In action, I think what this is cool. I mean, I do a lot of trainings. And oftentimes I'm, quickly building a view or quickly building a list, and it takes me seconds basically. And people constantly are like, how do you do that? Like, Casey, you're so quick. How do you do that? I've been using the platform all day, every day for, 7 years. That's how. But these types of capabilities are going to help my clients get closer to what they're looking for without spending 40 hours a week in HubSpot for going on 10 years. Hopefully.
Yeah. Now we just need a prompt engineering course
Yes.
about how to do this.
Yes.
And like, this is where it'll be interesting to see. And this is where, again, I talk about Frame.ai coming in to save the day. Whereas even here, where it's going to be able to take, or we need it to be able to take a very unstructured request that is like, show me all my important deals.
Yeah.
Like, or show me the deals that make us money. Like things like that, where we as admins even have a chance to like, okay, variable plus variable plus variable, like, because we know that's how the system works. That's going to make sense to get us the view that we want, which at that point we're like seconds away from just like, is it faster to just go do it ourselves? So
I don't
use
use a lot of even the list. The AI generated list has been available for a while now. I've never used it because every time I do it doesn't give me quite what I want.
Yeah. This is where I'm excited about this, because if you do it from the deals page, it'll give you deals. Like most of the issue I have with the generation is that the generation in every place else of the platform is based on the usage of the entire HubSpot customer base. So it always wants to suggest I'm working with contacts, companies, or deals, and I'm not. So it always interprets it and tries to represent it in that way. At least this way, it's the context is. So as soon as I get into this, I'm going to an orders page and I'm gonna see if it works. Right?
And one of the things in that screenshot too is like it said, "Show me all deals with deal stage appointment scheduled." I think based on where this is right now, you kind of need to know that deal stage is a field, and you need to know appointment scheduled is one of your values. I'm guessing it can, if you said is appointment, it might be able to guess, but you do still definitely need to know how your system's set up and what fields you're looking for.
Right. So good that this is a private beta. And I hope I get to play with that very soon. The other thing that popped in my head is most likely people are saying like, show me all the deals that are close to closing, right? Or all the deals that like just started, using these words that are very much not stage labels, but make sense, verbal context wise and how you would naturally talk. So we talk about these conversational models versus machine learning versus all these other ways to use AI to support this. Like that conversational layer is really the unlock. So that's how I see things like that, where all these pieces are being put in place like that. So imagine that is your interface as you log in, and no matter what you want to do, like it starts with a chat and then it gives you the thing that you want. Calling it here by inbound. We will have that. It's going to be exciting times. Mobile calling OS widgets. What is it? HubSpot's mobile users can now quickly access CRM contacts and call them by adding 2 new OS
Hmm.
widgets to their iOS and Android home screens. One widget provides access to call tasks due today, and the other to recently called contacts. To make it faster to get to the HubSpot mobile app, we have added the ability to add a shortcut from the lock screen for iOS users.
Why does it matter? The number of taps needed to call a contact using the HubSpot mobile app is a significant issue, as users frequently search for contacts or call tasks on mobile. Currently, it takes an average of 6 to 7 taps from the phone's homepage to make a call, resulting in a less than ideal user experience. Adding new avenues for reps to quickly gain access to key communication features in the HubSpot mobile app aims to reduce the number of taps required for outreach, increasing rep productivity by making it easier and faster to build more pipeline and help close deals from anywhere. Are you testing it?
I'm looking to see what like the current notifications look like. Yeah, modernizing the experience. When you think about other apps, even stuff like WhatsApp or, your ability to take action from the lock screen was really an up level in a lot of those experiences. Like with Uber, right? And the notification comes up and I forget exactly what your options are, but it was like, like click on the link, like from there to see the driver in a specific spot. In messaging apps, you can reply right from the notification, right? So here I see it like we're starting with these actions, but also tasks. Like you can check the task off right from here. Like that's where you can manage. You're managing the CRM from a notification on your phone, right? So you're running out of excuses, people. Now, admins, be mindful that your teams might have enjoyed the mobile app. And if you update this and now they see all their tasks that they never do, because that's just been an agreed no-go zone for everybody in your portal because they don't want to do all these tasks and they're all generated for no reason.
I have a lot. I know many portals like that.
Exactly. Be careful. Because that's the kind of thing. It's like, all right, I'm done with this app now. Like, if you're gonna remind me of that,
But might be worth cleaning up some of those tasks. And
yeah, or you're just gonna be like, check, like, just get them out of here, like, and all your dates. Yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot of digressions here today.
I know. I'm sorry.
Wow.
We're getting to the stuff that we've already talked about, I think, though. So,
Well, did we?
I don't know about that one.
View email conversation history in CRM. So when I first read that, we've been able to do that. Yeah.
I think.
So what is this? Email conversation history is now visible when composing a reply to a previous message in the CRM. Wow, modern technology. Thank you so much, HubSpot, for finally making this possible. Extending functionality previously only available when forwarding messages.
Why does this matter? When replying to an ongoing conversation, you may want to see the conversation history while composing your message without having to leave the message composer. This is very cool.
You think we may want to do that? Like, come on. Like, there's no may there. Like, oh, man. Yes, this is great.
It's just live, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for making this possible. And that's the kind of thing, like, in my mind, I'm like, I imagine these barriers, like usually there's a physical reason, like the data cannot, the way the infrastructure is connected, the APIs, whatever, however it works back then. Like if it's not connected for us to be able to see it, then AI can also not see it. That means AI cannot get the context it needs to make better recommendations on these records, right? So connecting dots like this is where a lot of human value gets created because of the progress that's being made either by AI or on behalf of what we need for AI. Improved duration format for time since and time until calculated properties. Medium impact. Is that right? What is it? Duration formats for calculated properties, including time since and time until properties, have been improved. Previously, durations were displayed in days until 12 years. Okay, I'm on board already. I know this is going. Thank you.
That's also just kind of crazy that they were like 12 years, that's when we turn. That's we've gone
Now,
too far.
durations will be displayed in months until 2.5 years, days until 3 months, and hours until 1 day. Durations under 2.5 hours won't change. They will show in minutes until 2.5 hours and seconds until 2.5 minutes. Additionally, decimals will be shown for years, months, days, and hours.
Amazing, amazing. Why does this matter? These changes will make working with durations easier and faster since you won't have to do as much mental math to convert days to months and years. For example, if time until renewal is 72 months away, that value will change from 72 months to 6 years with the new format. If time in current stage is 120 days away, the value will change from 120 days to 4 months.
This is where I think the medium impact comes in. Like, I'm guessing there's people that built some stuff, and maybe this is where I just don't understand how the system works. And I know there's like this, like all the calculated stuff is like based on like seconds, like every time or whatever. But if you're basing any reports off of the fact that it was 72 as a number, and now it's 6, that I could see some medium impact there.
Well, I think usually those are you choose days. I think I was just about to say the same thing. Let me
Right.
I think usually when you create a list or a report and you add a time filter, you have to choose the time thing, the days, the seconds, the hours, whatever.
Right.
So in theory, if you have it set to 72 months, even though it will display as 6 years, I hope that doesn't actually change your report filter.
Right.
Were those
So,
words?
yeah, no, I think you're right. And that's where it's easy to default to like the technical aspects of this. But
Mhm.
like, as you're talking through it, I'm thinking about how many people have made properties where it's like time until renewal date,
Mhm.
parentheses, in months,
Mhm.
or in this format that no longer matches what you're seeing, like on the dashboard or in on the record, right? So
Mhm.
just be mindful. And I'm sorry for underestimating the impact of this as we started reading it. First of all, this is an amazing like thing. Like this is just a super awesome quality of life like improvement.
Mhm.
Um, because they've done so much work behind the scenes to
Mhm.
make time since and time until and all the time-based stuff work a lot better and be a lot more flexible. But then you'd have these just super awkward displays, like where it's like,
Mhm.
okay, I guess I kind of get like people can do 72 months into years in their head, right?
Mhm.
Mm, not always. So
Yeah. I did just pull up a couple of filters. I've only pulled up lists. This has been about 10 seconds, so bear with me. But I pulled up some lists, some durations, and the options in lists are seconds, minutes, hours, days still. Um, so I
yeah,
guess the next step of this from my perspective is having that be months and years added to those two. As someone that often makes lists and is doing 6 times 30 to figure out how many days are in.
Yeah. All right. So just be mindful of your users coming to you and be like, wow, this number doesn't make any sense anymore.
Mhm.
Right. You can tell them why or help them understand why it does make sense.
Yeah.
And then probably change the name of the thing that they're looking at so that it actually aligns. Sales workspace dashboards. What is it? Customizable dashboards that display key sales metrics directly within the sales workspace.
Why does it matter? Give sales reps instant access to their most important metrics and reports without leaving the sales workspace, keeping them informed while maintaining their workflow. Eliminates the need to switch between tools to check performance data, leverages existing dashboards, removing the need to create new ones, enables admins to curate relevant metrics for their team, just making the sales workspace more of a one-stop shop.
Yes. Leverages existing dashboards, removing the need to create new ones. I was wondering why a salesperson would need this right in front of their face. And then I was immediately reminded why. It's like wherever they are in that moment, if they can't answer the question, they are making, and you've given them the ability to, because you just didn't want to deal with your permissions and you made them super admin. They're creating lists, they're creating reports, they're creating dashboards. So like, oh, I want to know this. And then there's like 5 other dashboards that are behaving just like it now because the whole sales team is doing that. So yeah, making sure it's always visible wherever they're at. Super important. And one more on the next page, of course, not far behind, the sales activity report. What is it? A consolidated report that combines key sales prospecting metrics, including sequences, meetings, calls, and emails in a single view within the sales analytics suite.
Why does it matter? Sales managers need real-time visibility into their team's prospecting efforts to optimize performance and ensure consistent pipeline growth. Save time by accessing all pipeline building metrics in one place instead of switching between multiple reports. Track team performance across all prospecting channels with unified metrics. Identify bottlenecks in your sales process by monitoring key indicators like time to first touch and meeting completion rates. Make data-driven decisions about resource allocation based on comprehensive activity data.
Private beta, request it.
Justin?
That's what we're long. We're a little long today. So we'll wrap it there. Remember, folks, you probably already own the solution you're looking for in HubSpot. Sometimes you just need to wake up to it. Join us on Monday morning as Casey and I continue exploring what's new in HubSpot. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments and let us know what capabilities you want us to wake up to next. Until then, I'm Chris Carolan.
And I'm Casey Hawkins.
And this has been Wake Up with Customer Platform. Now go build something amazing and have a wonderful weekend.